Welcome. In the series UGC-NET English Literature, this is our third lecture. In the first one, we learn which are important books. In the second one, we come to know the strategy to read the books. In this third one, we are discussing how to prepare for MCQs. As we know, there are two parts for English literature, paper 1 and paper 2, and here we are mainly discussing second paper, English literature. But this paper we can also in our way divide it into two or three parts. First part is books, that is a part of strategy, choosing a base book which we discuss in lecture 1 and 2, and second one is MCQ. The whole of English literature is MCQ. The whole two paper, either first or two, are in MCQ. So MCQ is the basic, and we cannot avoid it. Whether you like it or not, you have to solve MCQ. And for it, we need some books. There are several books available in the market, and you can go with the MCQ book of Truman. Second is R. Gupta's or Upkar, and there are several others. So when you go to market, the first point is which book is best or which book is not best. So if I go with my point of view, no book is good or no book is bad, all book are good or all book are bad. It depends on how we prepare for exam. Now if you are in market, try to purchase not even one or two but more than two books. For example, I have this one, R. Gupta's book, but do not focus entirely on one book. You can purchase two or three books or might be more than that, but all for MCQ only, for English literature. Or second thing, if you what you can do is to make a group of three or four friends, and each friend can purchase a separate book. One can purchase R. Gupta, Zukar, or Truman, or whatever. So each student can purchase different book, and now come in which way to read this book, because first step is purchasing the book, and now you are having book with you at your room. In which way you can go and study it, and a simple way is two type there are two types through which we can read these books, and one is through ages, and second is finish the whole book complete. And through ages, how to read it, now we are going to discuss it. For example, you have chosen something base book and you are reading that, and you are going through that book in the age English literature, and of English literature of Elizabethan era. And Elizabethan era, if you are going through that, and make your timetable in a way, in the morning you will read books and in the evening you will solve MCQs. In the morning, when you are reading books or covering just 5 to 10 pages every day, and in the same way you can solve question from MCQ. And in case of the book, we come to MCQ, the book is having somewhere around 300 question in MCQ for Elizabethan age. And now it is up to you how many question you choose. You can choose 50 question per day or 30 question per day, but if you are choosing 50 question, then you can cover up in 6 days. If 30 question, then in 10 days. But if you are reading slowly 10 to 20 pages, then 50 or 30 question would be too high. So you can do to make somewhere around 20 question, or you can systematically attempt them as per your convenience. But the best thing is to choose as minimum as you can. Do not run after maximum. And now if you are solving question, and we can assume that we have taken 20 question per day. In the early morning we are reading book, and in the evening we are solving question, and you solved 20 question. Out of that 20 question, 5 question are correct, 10 are incorrect, and 5 you left out, you haven't attempted. And in this way, your accuracy is just 5 question, but mistakes are 15, and you haven't attempted 5. So do not afraid about mistake. The first point is, the more mistake you commit, the more chances are for improvement. Here you can commit all mistake you can do, you can incorrect all 20 questions, but in exam you cannot. But the main point is how to improve those mistakes. For example, if the question come, when the theater closed in England during Elizabethan era, and there are five options, and we can consider that this question was wrong, and in the book for MCQ the date is not given, then how you will find it? As we discuss in lecture 1, several books, and WJ Long's book that we have taken is at the end of each chapter is having a, uh diagram or tally, we can say. In that there are two parts, historical and literature. If you check historical, then there is very well written 1592 theaters were closed, and if you follow this trend, then it would be very easy. That is why I say without a base book it would be very hard for you to crack UGC-NET. So choose one base book, and once you are been through these questions 2020 and follow the trend, and then you can finish the same work in just few days. You can take 15 days, and in 15 days you can finish one A's, and there are around 10 A's in English literature, and it would hardly count 3 months, somewhere around 3 to 5 months. But there are few ages which are covering less question. For example, Anglo-Norman and Anglo-Saxon is having less number of questions and pages, so you can cover up, and we can take a certain time, that 3 to 4 months we can finish the whole book as well as the MCQ book. And strategy, as we say, go by ages. We are covering Elizabethan age in 15 days, and certainly Georgian and Caroline age in again 15 days, and restoration again 15 days, 18th century again 15 days, and then romantic at Victorian again 15 days, and then modern and postmodern. Then certainly 3 to 4 months is enough for them, and this is how you systematically divided them. But another strategy is how to read this as along with one book. The first is you read all this is through all book. Complete the whole book and then choose the second book. For example, you start with one age, then systematically with the book you are reading and you are solving it. You are not choosing another book, so stick with that. And then once either it is through ages or complete book, you finish the both, then what next? Now you are having another choice. So once the book is complete, one book of MCQ is over, now go to another book and try to solve them. And once you solve them, then it would hardly take 20 days to solve whole of the book, because you earlier covered it through one book. So 20 days, or we can just take maximum 1 month. And now the another important question come. We have finished this book entirety, and we know how many questions are correct or incorrect or not. So when you are solving each age, put a note or date on it. Like for example, today's date 18th is there, and you solved 20 questions today, so make a note: 15 correct, 10 5 incorrect, and left 0. And in the next 20 days you go just 10 correct, 5 incorrect, 5 left out, in this way systematically. And when the whole is finished, to make how many questions correct, incorrect, and left out. And once left out, now correct, you have no need to go, because you have certain knowledge about it. But what about incorrect? The incorrect thing is to find through three ways. One, you can go to the basic books. Just go to basic book and read which in which place this question is. And if you are going through that, it would be a very time consuming task. And but if you want it to check through notes of some institute, you can go through that also. And the third option is to check, that is the fastest route, through internet, Wikipedia, and something is there, and through that you can also cover up it. So MCQ is a part that you cannot avoid, and once you finish it, the best strategy is to write these books, read these books, and make notes. But notes making is not enough. You have to finish these books one after another time. For example, if you are finishing this book in 4 months in the first attempt, then in second month, in the second attempt, you can also finish this book in hardly 20 days, because one time you have all knowledge about it. And why to move again on this book? If we check our strategy, we find that out of 300, we can just consider that our 150 questions are correct and 75 questions are incorrect, and 75 questions we left out. But when we are going for the second attempt of this, if our 150 are correct, the next time there will be 200 questions correct, and the length of incorrect question is declined. We can consider 50 incorrect and 50 left out. That would be the impact of first reading or second reading. Now you gain at least 50 question in the second attempt. That would be very good for you, and you can apply the same on the second book. And for the third, you can if you are again going for third attempt, you can finish this book in the lesser number of days. You can finish it in 10 days, and again your improvement would be more. And simply what I want to say is that if you are preparing for UGC-NET and you are having one book like this one as your base book for MCQ, try to finish this book at least 3 times, and maximum you can go on. It depends how you make your timetable. You cannot just randomly make your timetable and choose different things. And most importantly, do not read all in hodgepodge. Choose very systematically. If you are reading the same age, choose the same age solving question at that time. Do not choose everything. Like, you can follow very systematically. The more slow you are, the more chances are of your success. The more fast you are, the more hard it would be for you to cover it up. So do not go in that way that I can do everything in few minutes or few days. No, UGC-NET you cannot do in just 5 days or 10 days or 1 month or 2 months. It need a systematic preparation. So to be systematic, you have to know which things you are going to follow and which books are more important for you. You cannot just struck to one attempt and I will read this book and I will just cover this 50% of MCQ, then I will drop this book and then I will move to another book. In this way you cannot go anywhere. The best thing would come when you choose one book of English literature as your base book and one book of MCQ as your base book. Try to follow them through heart, and then after finishing them, move into another book and take guidance of them. And once the things are over, move to the coaching notes, MCQ, or self-help preparation works or question answer. That can give you insight how you can make yourself more strong in that. It might possible that you can crack UGC exam in first attempt, or sometime in second attempt, sometime in 2 or 3 5 4, whatever. So it is not easy to crack, as we know English is one of the hardest exam and syllabus is too vast to cover up in 6 months. So sometime students can take 3 to 4 attempts, and lucky are those who are completing in first attempt. So do not hesitate, just make systematic MCQ pattern, follow your style. Do not focus entirety on MCQs of other given by others. Make your strategy by your own. Early morning books, in the evening MCQ, and through ages or through complete books. You does not mean that you have to follow. You can do as much MCQ as you want, but despite it, there should be a base work. Without base, no one can achieve anything. That is why a base text should be there. So if you are having a base, it would help you a lot. With this, thank you. And if you like the video, do like, comment and share with the friends and peers. And in the fourth lecture, we will decide the importance of previous year question paper and notes that are prepared by ourselves and given by notes, and importance of social media also. And in the very next, how to make your timetable without timetable, it is nearly impossible to crack this exam. You cannot just get up early in one morning, go for exam, tick something and get pass. No, it is not. So to be the best, you need a timetable. So next we will discuss the importance of previous year question paper, and in the very next the importance of timetable and how to make your timetable. And with this, thank you. If you like video, do like, share, subscribe, and comment on the video. Your comment are most important. I will read them and reply them. For good sake, thank you, take care, best of luck. Hope all of you will be some assistant professor, lecturer, professor in some college, school, or university, and hopefully you will achieve your dream one day. With this, I will say thank you, take care, goodbye.